Hello and welcome to Study with Intensity, uh, or you might want to say Intensity Power for Memory. I am studying. Thank you, by the way, if you're joining me. I am for this study. I am studying hieroglyphic words of power, symbols, and that's by Normandy Ellis. That's her book. And I'm also going to be utilizing the deck that came with it. Didn't come with it, but you can order it separately. Comes separately from a different company. Um, so I am using this as a study tool, um, wanting to learn more about the symbols, the Egyptian symbols, the hieroglyphics. And I was just moved by the divine to study them. And this book sort of came across a stumble. And I decided to read it, study it, and decided to document the journey. So if you're here watching, you're watching because I'm going to use this as a intuitive way to learn about the symbols. And while I'm learning, you can be learning as well. So this is an intuitive act. I would call it an intuitive learning activity. Um, I want to kill two birds with one stone, as I say. And basically, we're going to use the gemstones or the crystals for you to take a visual look at them, see which one you're drawn to. This is not necessarily a reading, but whatever you feel necessary for it to call it. It's up to you. It's a study tool, and but I also believe that we're intuitively guided, and that's the best way to learn. So I call this a quantum leap learning session. I am a veteran of education and teaching 30 years. So I hope that you enjoy this. Like I said, it's not a reading. So if you're clicked on this because you think you're here just to get a reading, that is not the case. This is a study. I have study cards here that I've already done my meditation uh, on the symbols that were pulled. Um, these were the jumpers that jumped out when I did the shuffle. So I already have my study cards I've done my meditation. So I want to talk about studying. Remember this is studying with intensity. That's with an E. And the E is for energy. So with intense energy, that's intensity. So we're studying with intensity, setting an intention with intensity. When you set your intention with intensity, you are going to learn in an exponential manner. Um, so you're setting an intention on learning. So you now set the attention to come here to learn. So that energy and the focus on the learning is going to intensify what you gather today. And you can take it as an oracle speaking to you, depending on which of the crystals or stones you're led to. It may speak to you that way. It may be simply you want to study each and all of them. So you can stay around and listen as I go through each one. And I may probably separate the videos out because this is probably going to be pretty intense. So we'll start with the first card based on the level of the spread. I did an initial spread of 5 cards, but eventually a full 10 card spread. And so I'll tell you what the numbers are, and we'll talk about the relationship to the numbers to the card, as well as the symbol on the card, as well as the crystal or the gemstone on the card. So this is an intense learning session. So if you stumbled upon this, you might want to get your notebook. Make sure you get you some water. Pause the video, get you a notebook, get you some water. Definitely want a pen and pad, something. And prepare to hear what the divine has to say through these oracle cards, hieroglyphics, deck. And so I'm just going to be led to go through each thing and then share with you from the study notes. So take a moment, take a breath, and decide which one of these are calling to you. Which one speaks to you? Which one of these cards? Make a selection. And then I'll stamp, maybe go back. If I finish the whole thing, we'll go back and put timestamps on them. I'm not sure yet exactly how I'm going to cut it up, but this is a lot. I know it's intense. I'm talking about it and I already know it's intense. I've already begun studying them, so I know the intensity of it. So we're going to start with card number 1. Card number 1 has the shungite crystal or gemstone. Card number 1. I'll use my little piggy wiggy here. Save my fingers. Card number 1. Can you see that? Gib, G-E-B. Now can you see the hieroglyph? That's the hieroglyph that we're dealing with. Gib. So we're going to take this and look at it. Being number 1, and I've already started the cards here. And first thing, I'm just showing you this so you see I made plenty of notes. I'm going to read to you what I have, share a little bit more about it. We'll go back and I'm going to let you do the study on your own for the actual gemstones. Maybe when I get some time, or if I get some time, we'll see how long these go. But I can break in and share a little bit on the actual crystal. I do know the shungite is supposed to be pretty good for helping us deal with this extra electromagnetic waves or something like that. So EMFs or whatever those things are. It's supposed to be a help us with that. So I have that. And so it was chosen as number one, Geb, GEB. And I want to do some more studies on actually how to pronounce them, because the pronunciations and the sounds were different. But I'll get there. And for now, it's the source. Give is the source. This is the highest ideal of inspiration. The highest ideal of inspiration. This is related to earth and ecological consciousness. This card represents that earth is your domain. You have the power. And you can demonstrate all of your aspirations right now and here and now. The choice is yours. The choice, there's no limits. That's what this is representing. No limits. When you're dealing with this archetype or this character, however you want to relate to it. There are no limits with Gib. There's no limits unless you place those limits on yourself. There are no limits. This is for the divine feminine and divine masculine. Also, partnerships are fertile, meaning fertile whether it be procreating or creating businesses together. Okay, partnerships, about relationships. What else came in the studies? And these are things that came out of the book, as well as what came to me. Sorry, I keep putting my hands in the... I wanted to show it to you again. And maybe what I can do, let's see if it works here, is while I'm talking about it, well, look at that. Let's see. While I'm talking about it, maybe we can, hello, somebody. That works. I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning. So bear with me. So some of the information came directly from the book. And then some of the information came through my just studying, my intuitive study, and me just downloading information onto these cards, because she recommends in the book that you actually take them and draw the symbols again, draw them yourself. I mean, you can buy the oracle deck, but she emphasizes that if you take and draw the symbols yourself, that should even have a greater impact on your relationship with the symbols, with the hieroglyphics. So another thing with this one here, Gib, he rises, recognizing that the divine masculine is going to rise to your the divine feminine standards, meaning that they're going to rise together. Heaven and earth is connected through this symbol here. There's a direct connection to Osiris, and there's an intimate connection to all of those souls that go and that have gone, that have passed on. There's an intimate intimate to the souls of the dead. With this character or archetype, however you want to relate to it, this card would be representing its observation. It observes the weighing of the heart. It observes the weighing of the heart of the gods and the goddesses. So observation of your heart. Take note of your heart. Observe your heart. What's going on in your heart? Remain giving praise. Remain being grateful, giving praise to the divine for those things that are manifesting for you here in the now on earth. And note that the seeds of your becoming are already established. The seeds of your becoming are already established. So if you pick this card was number 1. This card also had the Shungite. So the Shungite, number 1 card, that would be your area of study, is your highest ideal and inspiration to be with Source. Identify your power. Demonstrate your power. Understand that you have a choice. There are no limits. You have the best choices. You don't have limited choices. You have the best choices with this symbol here. You're having the best choices for you. So there are no limits. There are no limits. And this is a procreation time. This is a creative time for you. And partnership. Can't say that enough. Partnership. Heaven and earth. That's heaven and earth, meaning the connection. Heaven being the man, earth being the woman, or heaven being the masculine and earth being the feminine. There is an intimate connection being made. This is the time. This is the time that we're in right now. This is the time for those of you who are drawn intuitively to this card. But your hearts are being weighed. And some of you may feel like you have a gift, an intimate gift with those who have passed. That's not strange. Don't think that that's strange. That's a gift. Some of you have the gift to be connected to those who have passed on, your ancestors. So pay attention, note what you sense about the passing of those and those connections. I think that's pretty much it on that one. That's all I have for that one. So do your own more study on Shungite. And we'll place that one aside.